resources to help you. Call a trusted relative, friend, or minister, or call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free at 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-TALK. All of us are here to help.
You're listening to The Morning Show on the Big 1520 across Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest on the phone is Candace Summers with the McLean County Museum of History. Candace, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, and thanks for taking time with us as always. It's good to have you on the program, and it is the Christmas season in Central Illinois. What does the Christmas season mean for the McLean County Museum of History, Candace?
I mean, we go all decked out. We actually just put up the museum's Christmas tree yesterday, so I was climbing around on a 12-foot ladder, putting ornaments in the tree together. And let me tell you, if I had never become a homeowner, you would not have caught me on a 12-foot ladder in that museum.
Makes that job a little easier, doesn't it?
It does, when you have to do your own home maintenance, climb around, clean gutters, you kind of get used to being on the ladder. So yeah, I was like, all right, I'll get up on the ladder. And so yeah, no, we got the museum all decked out. We're actually adding on Friday for the weekend some exterior holiday lighting that we've been doing. Gosh, I think we've been doing the last 7 years or so. We work with a rental company who bring red and green floodlights and just light up the building on the outside for the first weekend of December. And it just looks great. It's so much fun. And the last year, the city of Bloomington actually began putting their big Christmas tree right on the museum's lawn. And it was so well received last year. They actually got a bigger tree to kind of match the scale of our building a little better. So I think they told us they have a 15-foot tree that they're going to do a lighting ceremony on Friday at 5 o'clock for the holiday season. So yeah, the museum, it looks great anytime, but when it's decked out for the holidays, it's something extra special.
Sure. Now, do you do extra special programming or anything like that, or special hours, anything of that nature to go along with the holiday season?
We don't do special hours, just our normal hours, Monday through Saturday. But we do special programming. So this year, starting tomorrow, we have brought back our Santa on the Square photo op. And what that is last year, during COVID, when couldn't get together, anything like that, we wanted to come up with something that people could do safely, but still get in the holiday spirit. And for those in this area who shopped in downtown Bloomington during the holiday season, 20, 30, 40 years ago, some folks may remember Livingston's department store. And Livingston's was right on the square, actually right across from the museum on Washington Street. And every year when they would decorate for Christmas, they had these two gigantic fiberglass Santas that they would erect on their building. And unfortunately, the Santas are long gone from this area. Rumor has it there's one in Florida that somebody bought. Rumor has it. I haven't been able to confirm sightings of that Santa. But in any case, we have lots of photos of when the Santas were on Livingston's building. And so we have a couple handy volunteers and a staffer that recreated that Santa out of wood and made it a photo op. So we have our Santa on the Square photo op that's going up tomorrow, where you can come get a selfie with Santa, maybe have your whole family and take a group photo right on the east side of our building. So a lot of people loved it. So we're bringing it back this year, and that'll be, the first kicking off of the holiday season. And then the first major event we have is participating in the annual first Friday of the month, Once Upon a Holiday in downtown Bloomington. And if you've never been to a First Friday before, I highly recommend coming to this one, because most businesses in downtown Bloomington participate in this event, and a lot of them run different specials at their businesses. A lot of them have cookies and cider and all these wonderful things so you can fill up as you do some shopping in downtown Bloomington. There will be carolers wandering around the downtown businesses, and they kind of stop from place to place and sing a few Christmas carols. Like I said, we will be having that official tree lighting on our lawn. We'll also have eggnog and hot cider outside for folks to enjoy for about an hour after that tree ceremony is finished. And then you can come inside the museum for some Christmas music from the Sunshine Bells group and also Marcos Mendez. We have holiday-inspired artifact displays, and we will have a make-and-take cocoa bar. So what that means is you get a little baggie, and then you can fill up your own hot chocolate mix with kind of like, it's almost like a sundae bar, but it's a cocoa bar. And you'll have, like marshmallows and crushed up candy canes and chocolate chips and sprinkles and whatever you want to add in your cocoa mix. And then you can take it home and have it yourself, or you can give it as a gift. And the really exciting thing is all of these activities are free. And it kicks off at 4:45 on Friday, right in downtown in front of our building, and goes until 8 o'clock. So there'll be a lot of great fun for the whole family to come out and see.
Sure. Very good. And really, kind of sets the mood for Christmas, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I rarely get to go out on First Friday myself because I'm at the museum, doing activities. But, I've been able to sneak out from time to time, and there's some really fun stuff that you can go and see at the different downtown businesses. I know Crossroads Global Handcraft Store, which is about 3 blocks north of the museum. They do a window display called the 3 Wise Women. And so they have, some ladies that volunteer at their store, and they are in their window as the 3 Wise Women. I know the yarn shop in years past, they've had chinchillas and rabbits in their window for display. So you can come and pet them and things like that. So there really is a lot to see and do. You would not be bored coming to First Friday in downtown Bloomington.
Sure. So I'm guessing that's on the first Friday. Is that correct, Candace?
Yep. This Friday, the 3rd, it kicks off at 4:45 with the tree lighting ceremony on the east side of our building. And so you can come see that, get a cup of cider or a glass of eggnog, and then you can head off down to visit all the different stores you want, or come into the museum and listen to some great holiday music.
All right, very good. So put that on the radar. What else is coming up on the calendar this Christmas season?
So then the very next day, we will be having our annual Christmas Under the Dome. Now, we had to take a hiatus last year because of COVID, but we are back this year. And we've scaled it back just a little bit, trying to, keep social distancing in mind and all that good stuff. But for the first time ever, the museum is going to be participating in the Bloomington Normal Jaycees Christmas Parade, which starts at 10 a.m. It starts in Normal at Kingsley Junior High and then comes all the way down Main Street 51 to Bloomington and ends right in front of our building on the east side of the square. And so it's going to be super fun. I have not marched in a parade in a very long time, probably since I was in marching band in high school. But we're going to represent the museum. We have our former executive director, Greg Coos, and his wife, Carol. They are the grand marshals of the parade this year. And of course, we will have Santa in the parade, and he will be stopping by the museum to visit that afternoon after the parade is over. So you can watch the parade, get, of course, lots of candy at the parade. You can come down to the museum, see Santa, and then we have lots of activities that will be going on in the building until 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. So and the weather is looking like it's going to be nice.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not talking like, 60s here, but I'll take, 45-ish,
yep,
for a parade.
Sure.
So very, very excited about that.
Very good. So, Candace, you mentioned there are things going on inside of the building. What kinds of things can folks anticipate there?
Yeah. So, of course, we will have music. The Loving Missionary Baptist Choir will be performing from 12:15 to 1 o'clock. And then the Sounds of Illinois Chorus, our barbershoppers, will be performing from 1:15 to 2 o'clock. We will have Selfies with Santa. Our friends from Bloomington Public Library are going to be coming with a holiday book pop-up. So you can check out holiday-themed books from them. They're also going to be doing a couple of holiday-themed story times at 11:45 and again at 1 o'clock. We will have grab some Christmas cookies and go after you've explored all the activities. And of course, we'll have some hands-on crafts, book-themed, holiday-themed to go with our friends from the library. And again, all of that is free. We're super excited to be able to have all of those activities going on again this year, all around the Christmas tree inside the museum.
Very good. So, Candace, where do folks learn about all of these things that are happening here just this weekend? I mean, it's going to be a loaded weekend in downtown Bloomington. Where do folks go for all of these? All of this?
You go to our website, which is mchistory.org. You can find all the details of all of our holiday events for Saturday, December 4th, Friday, December 3rd, and of course, Selfies with Santa on the square.
Very good. Candace Summers with the McLean County Museum of History is my guest on the phone. We've got a lot more with her coming up on the WHOW Morning Show. Stream live online all the time at DeWittDailyNews.com. Also live now on Facebook and YouTube.
We keep you connected.
Let's check the markets on this Tuesday on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all trading lower at this hour. December corn 573 down 8. March corn down 9 3/4, 572 1/2. December 22 corn 550 down 6 1/4. January beans 1231 down 10 1/2. March beans down 11 1/2, 1240 1/2. November 22 beans 1222 3/4 down 6 1/4. December wheat 791 1/2 down 16. March wheat down 15, 807 1/4. July wheat 806 1/2 down 11. December bean meal 346 even down 170. December bean oil down $2, 56.26. In the livestock market, December live cattle 136.57 down 35 cents. January feeders up $1.05, 166.77. December lean hog 72.27 down 12 cents. Look at the markets on this Tuesday. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
MR Systems Wireless has an immediate opening. They're looking for a full-time internet installer to perform the initial setup of wireless internet and voice-over IP services, as well as troubleshoot and repair wireless and phone services for customers. You'll be responsible for the basic installation and maintenance of wireless equipment. No experience necessary. Includes health benefits, mileage reimbursed. Starting pay is $15 an hour. Find out more and apply by going to mrsystemswireless.com, then clicking About, then Employment. Equal Opportunity Employer.
Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton was opened with the desire to offer a nonprofit thrift store that could help those in need. And wow, have you responded? By shopping here and donating here, you support this vision. This is Connie, sincerely thanking you. Check out our Facebook page or DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate.
The price of beans are up.
Dalton, where you at?
Well, you asked me to hit the fields and check the market prices.
I meant the housing market prices, and that's why you're the other Ryan.
Check out the latest on the housing market by clicking the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is the morning show on 92.3 FM in DeWitt County, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence, and on the phone with me is Candace Summers. She is with the McLean County Museum of History. Candace, we need to talk about a book that your former executive director is putting out, and it's going to be quite an extensive history of certain aspects of McLean County. What's going on here?
Absolutely. So, our former executive director, Greg Coos, retired from the museum in 2015. And he, wanted to, ever since, he's worked at the museum, he wanted to re-examine early history of McLean County. Because, we've had a lot of histories of McLean County ever since our founding in 1892. And of course, since then, we've vastly increased the archival resources, our object collection. Of course, the internet has broadly expanded the access we have to materials on McLean County history that are located in other institutions like, that are similar to ours. And so he wanted to revisit this early history because, not everybody is always included in the history books. And he really wanted to examine people who have been left out, whether intentionally or unintentionally. And so his new book, Freedom, Land, and Community, A History of McLean County, Illinois, from 1730 to 1900, really takes a deep dive into those early histories and, talks about the struggles to shape the land, build the community, and secure freedom as all the communities in our county knew and defined it. So talking about indigenous people, men, women, African Americans, Irish, German immigrants who all fought and contested for their freedom. Many of these people did not have voices that have been heard in previous works about Central Illinois, and they're included. And it's really, I mean, I haven't read it all myself, but I've definitely read parts of it. And I really think it's going to be a powerful book that people can really get a sense of how this area was created, how the people who settled here shaped and molded it, but also giving a platform to people whose voices have been minimalized, really focusing on the immigrants who came to this area, women who helped shape our history, and of course, starting all the way with the indigenous populations like the Kickapoo and the Delaware, who inhabited this land before white settlers started coming in. And I mean, it's a big book. People are going to have to chunk it out as they read it, but it's going to be a fantastic way to get a new perspective on our region.
Will it be available to purchase at the museum, and will folks be able to read it at the museum? How about a couple of those things, Candace?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are doing pre-order sales right now because, like everything in our world today, there are delays in the printing industry as well. But you can pre-order your copy now, and that guarantees you'll get that copy around mid-January when we get them in hand. And you can go to our website at mchistory.org in order to purchase a copy. Of course, we will have copies in our library that people can just come and browse. Now, we're not a library like your public library where you can check out a copy of that book, but I do know that several local libraries have been pre-ordering copies that people should be able to check out there to read for themselves if you want to take a gander at it.
Very good. So with that said, Candace, as we come up on our time together, is the anything else on the book that we should know? Other topics, any stories that maybe, I don't know if you mentioned you've been able to read a few excerpts of it. Any stories that stand out from your perspective, anything like that?
Well, one particular story that's fresh in my brain is the story of Frances Willings. And she was a teacher at Illinois Wesleyan University in Bloomington. And she also became very involved with the organization of a national women's organization for temperance. Today, we know it as the Women's Christian Temperance Union. And women like her were a driving force for the temperance movement becoming nationalized. And right here in Bloomington, we had women that helped organize it on a national level and help spread that movement in order to eventually culminate in the passage of the Prohibition Amendment in 1920. So stories like hers are going to be in that book, so you can really understand the role that Central Illinois played on national and global scales.
Very good. So look forward to it. Again, how do folks find the book, Candace, and what's it called?
It is called Freedom, Land, and Community, A History of McLean County, Illinois, 1730 to 1900. You can pre-order a copy by going to our website, mchistory.org. And if you want to learn more about that book, on December 11th at 1 o'clock, we're going to have a Zoom presentation with Greg, who's going to take us on a dive into that book. And if that doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will.
Very good. So again, coming out soon, looking forward to it. And always a great opportunity, always great to support not just local authors, but, it's a great way to just kind of show that their investment in the work they've done, which is extensive for this book, it sounds like, was well worth it. So look forward to that, definitely. Candace, as we come up on our final minute together here, what else has been on your radar lately? Like, what are you working on? What's keeping you busy these days? Besides climbing 12-foot ladders to decorate a Christmas tree.
Right. I mean, I'm always working on, the upcoming cemetery walk every year.
Mhm.
So we're hard at work doing research for 2022 and beyond. So looking at some more fascinating characters that are on our radar to feature on that event. I actually just finished working on a project with a local photo restoration person who not only restores old photos, but he colorizes historic photos. A coworker of mine in the education department, she was working on a project because we're sending out Christmas cards to older adults living in senior care facilities again this year. And she found a great image of our building's dome, which is the old courthouse, when they had added holiday lights to it, installed permanent neon lights on our dome in 1937. And we had some incredible detail in Panagraph articles about how exactly it looked. We had a great photo that they took on December 30th of 1937. And we had been looking for an opportunity to test the waters to work with this guy in Bloomington who colorizes and restores photos. And we gave that to him and as many details as we could find. And so on Friday on our Facebook page, we're going to unveil that colorized dome photo. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow people away.
Sure.
So we'll have the original, which was heavily damaged because it's a very old negative from 1937. And then we'll have the new colorized version. And when I opened it in my email inbox, my mouth just like dropped open. I just could imagine myself standing on the square, looking at it with my own eyes and just like, wow. It's amazing what technology can do today.
It sure is. Candace, I hate to do this to us. I got to let you go. Candace Summers, McLean County Museum of History, my guest. Network News is now.